Hello, America. Today we have a guest speaker from Southern Methodist University. He has a master's in history. He is the CEO of the National Geographic Channel, and he directed The Story of Us. Miguel Esteban.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
All right, Miguel, I have a couple questions for you today. First question is about the white flight during the Other America. How did the white flight change American cities?
Well, the white flight, a lot of middle-class Americans moved from cities to suburbs. Also, the poor non-whites and whites, the ones that were really poor, they moved into inner cities as well. So what this did, a lot of cities, they lost a lot of profit. They lost school funding, firefighter funding, police department, government, whatever it was, you name it, it was all lost because people moved from cities to suburbs. So yeah, that was.
All right. Next question is about the Longoria incident and Mexican Americans. How was the Longoria incident a motivation for Mexican Americans during the Other America?
Well, the Longoria incident really opened their eyes of how discriminated they're being. They're being treated really with a lot of discrimination. Well, a lot of Mexican Americans came into the United States because they allowed them to harvest their crops because they're better at it. They're named braceros. So after this, a lot of families started coming into the United States. So when it was their time to go back, a lot of them didn't want to go back. So after that, they started talking about civil rights that they wanted here. So this incident impacted them to to do the GI form, and it's veterans created it so they could have rights as well as for their families. So yeah.
Okay. I have questions about Native Americans. Native Americans have always been ignored throughout history. So can you tell us about how they were impacted by the Other America?
Well, just like the braceros, their time here allowed them to think, oh, we need to do something about this. So they took a step in 1944 and they established the National Congress of American Indians. This did two things. They ensured Native Americans the same civil rights that white Americans had. So it made it equal, no longer, it actually went with the Constitution that all men are created equal. And number two, they enabled Native Americans in reservations because Native Americans were separated to reservations, and now they were allowed to do their actual customs. Americans could not control what they did in their reservations. Yeah, so that's how it impacted it.
Nice having you today, sir.
Thank you.
Miguel Esteban, everybody.